back to Cricket for Americans. Nick here, and finally, I have got off my butt, stopped getting distracted by other things, and most of them are really, really good things. And I'm finishing Bodyline. I mean, it's really laughable. It's really sad. It's kind of pathetic that I did 15 parts within like a month span or something like, no, not a month span, but a few months span. And it's been 3 months plus since I reacted to the last one, when there's only one more episode the way I have it broken up here, and it's less than 12 minutes long. All the other ones were 20 minutes long. This is less than 12 minutes long, but I'm going to finish the entire series. Now, I've said that before, and I found out that there were other discs. I believe this is the very end of it. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not this time. And I'm going to be able to finish it up, see how this story ends. I'm going to give a little review of what I thought about the series afterwards, so stick around for that. And if you missed it, this is the first time it's being suggested to you, I've reacted to the other 15 parts in about 10 to 20 minute increments, most of them 20 minutes on this channel. You can check them all out, full-on reactions, basically unedited. Go ahead and check those out there, and then come back here, Cricket for Americans, to watch me react to this final part. I had to rewatch the last part just to remind myself of what was going on. The Australian board retracted the word unsportsmanlike. They're finishing up this match, this series, this Ashes, if you will. And the heat is getting to some of the players. One guy had to go to the hospital. Okay, Jardine pulled him out of the hospital, convinced him, we need you, because they did. And he just started his innings. He got like a 2 on his first the first shot that he got 2 runs off it. And we're gonna see how it goes. I really pray and I hope that this guy doesn't end up dying. And that added to the controversy of Bodyline, and added to the controversy, and basically it seems like turning Jardine into a black sheep and all that kind of stuff. I hope this guy doesn't end up dying. Okay, I really, really do, because that'd be sad. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this. And one quick tidbit. I have another channel called Boring Reviews. We do a lot of reactions of all different types. We've been doing a lot of comedy recently. And Han Solo, who's a great viewer, great subscriber on both channels, but especially here at Cricket for Americans, he was trolling me a little bit. He's like, hey, if you like this, you should check out Bodyline. Wink, wink. Why don't you finish it, you goofball? So, Han Solo, this is for you, my friend. Everyone else, you finally got me to do it. Not that I'm some special whatever person, but I finally remembered to do is what I should say. With all that being said, please don't forget to like and subscribe as I finish this up. And here we go.
What did the doctor say?
I don't know. I didn't talk to him. I asked Eddie.
You ordered him. Don't you realise?
Of course, you didn't ask the doctors.
His health is at risk.
He didn't want to know what they were going to say.
I know you can't understand this, but he has the sort of spirit that I admire. The spirit of a marathon.
My dear fellow, I'm talking
Does he?
about one of our team members, not marathon runners.
Damn it, Plum, so am I. For the first 10 miles, a marathon runner runs on his training. For the second 10, he survives on his stamina. For the last 6, his body metabolizes his very sinews. It's an onslaught of pain, but he runs on his spirit. That's what courage is. That's what makes a champion.
Need I remind you, as captain...
Man, he puts on a clinic.
Well-being.
Don't you tell me about my responsibilities. When I was a child, I learned. Nothing of value comes by luck. It's won by pain and sacrifice. That is why I have become captain of England. That is why I'm here. God knows why you are.
I am here to try and curb your excesses.
Excesses? It will only appear excessive to a man of weakness.
Not weak, old chap. Sane.
Ooh, nice rebuttal. Now, Jardine's going off like that because he's desperate right now. He's emotional. And from what he's talking about, that's showing weakness. But Hugo Weaving put on a serious bit of acting right there in that dialogue there. That was fantastic. This guy.
You're right.
This guy is doing exactly what he's saying.
He's running. It'll finish me.
He's not quitting.
I'll try for boundaries.
All right, Eddie.
But he's about to fall over and not get back up. I sure hope. Oh my gosh. If he dies, how does Jardine bounce back from that? Does he still have that stinking narrow-headed mindedness? nonsense. There's your boundary. Yeah, you don't got to run on those ones. Jeez, rest yourself.
Runs bravely or not at all.
Now, Jardine was right. This was a guy you had to have out there at the tail end. But does he even think about his health, or does he just think about winning? Or is it a combination of both? Is that the look right there where he's like, what are we doing?
That's through the field again. This could be 4 more to Painter. Eddie Painter now the hero of this.
I do agree with him to a certain degree, though. Like, it's all about mind over body. You can't quit. You got to keep moving forward, even when you want to die. This is interesting gloves.
England all out for 356 in the first innings, a lead of 16, with Painter a magnificent 83, a truly heroic performance. In the second innings, it's Woodfull taking strike for Australia.
60-some-odd runs. There's a wicket.
Hammond takes the catch, and Woodfull is out, and it's a bad start for Australia.
Not the prettiest run up. Oh! That was a little too easy. Would have come off the bat a little faster than that, I would think. Oh, nice. Wonder how many tries it took for them to get that bowled out shot, because that was very, very nice. See, that's a little easier to manipulate. Man, they're going down for like
That's the last wicket.
less than 150?
For a mediocre 175.
175.
Once again, the Australian batsmen have been disappointing. They've failed, and England needs only 159 to win. What must England's team be feeling right now? 159 to win the match, the series, and
Glad my
also
man didn't
the
die.
And that's turned nicely towards square leg by Sutcliffe. He'll get a single there, and England's batsman goes on.
Nice running there.
Here, it's not a big target they've got, and Sutcliffe batting very freely indeed. England are 4 wickets down.
Unless they repaint those fences, those will be quite nicked up.
Painter, the hero of England's first innings, he came out of a hospital bed with tonsillitis to bat for 4 hours for his total of 83.
4 hours, 83. Wow.
And how appropriate it would be if Eddie Painter is still there at the end to score the winning hit. In its place in history, this 4th test in Brisbane must be remembered as
Oh,
Eddie
he's
Painter's
battling out. What a true champion right there. Man, you're an Australia fan. You're freaking out right now. You need some wickets. Now, I can't imagine he was too late in the order, but maybe he is, and maybe they did get some wickets.
Painter completes the second run, and England goes into the 150s. It's just 9 runs to win.
Oh my gosh. He looks stronger there. 4 hours.
It's played back past the bowler. There should be 2 runs here, and that will make it 7 to go. It's played through the offside field. They've called for 1. They've turned at the end of the mark. They're coming back for the second, and only 5 runs now between England and victory.
Please don't let anything happen to this guy. It's going to be like the final run, isn't
Will
it?
it be Painter to make the winning hit? It's
thank you.
Pulls this hard and high out through square leg. That's a magnificent shot, and it's going right over the top, over the boundary for 6, and England has won the match and won the Ashes.
Wow, walk-off 6. In Australia, winning the Ashes. Here comes an awkward conversation.
Well, old chap, you won. I wish I could find it in my heart to congratulate you.
Your congratulations would mean little to me.
Oh
You
my
accuse me of
gosh.
weakness. Well, let me just say this to you. While it remains in my power, I will try to ensure that you'll never captain England again. The damage you have wrought these past few months is irreparable. You have perverted a noble game, its spirit and tradition. I have no doubt that history will remember you as a man who stooped to conquer.
Oh, man.
Well, history has already forgotten you.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. He's got his number.
Plum?
Thank you,
I think it's time we join the others.
Well done, Eddie.
He has got his number. But I give Plum a lot of credit for standing up to him and talking to him face to face, because Jardine is a world-class prick. No offense to any of his descendants. The way he's being portrayed, at least.
realize his ambition.
All of our ambitions. Johnny!
Yes, you guys get the credit. You did most of the work, for crying out loud.
Yes, I can't really say I thought he'd do it, you know.
Not against Bradman.
Not only Bradman, the Australian cricket board, the crowds, God knows what else. Not many men could have fought them all and won.
He can be ruthless, of that there's no doubt.
Well, he had to be. Anyway, despite all the troubles, it's over now. You think so? You really think that's the last we'll see of Bodyline? I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Surely he wouldn't.
Good God, that'd be lunacy. He's won.
Oh, there's the final test, even though they won the Ashes. Oh, he's definitely going to keep using Bodyline because he is nuts. He is absolutely crazy. Oh, there's still one more test. Yeah, he was kind of close to the stumps. That might have been 4 stump right there. Close to the stumps. Head. Not cool. It's always fascinating when they get a shot of a fly land on an actor's face and they don't, you know, get out of character. Oh my gosh. Get in your fielding position right now. Oh, his foot.
I can't ball.
Finish the over, Harold. Don't give up.
Oh gosh.
I can't run.
You can do anything if you want it badly enough. The crowd want to see you broken. Don't give them that pleasure. Finish it, Harold.
No compassion. You know, in Jardin's mind, he's probably thinking, I'm being tough. I'm motivating. I'm being strong for my team. But there's a line. And he is crossing it. Respect. Respect by the batsman. Respect for sure. I've never seen the non-run-up bowl. Man. See, this is what cricket should be all about.
Over.
Jardine, you're a jerk. Do you think he feels embarrassed that everyone's playing along? It's like that person that wants to play a child's game that no one else wants to play and they feel awkward about it. And you play along for the one guy. And the one guy just loves it and doesn't think about how lame it is that everyone's playing along for him. Very, very awkward. That was an anticlimactic wicket.
Proud of you.
I'm not the biggest fan of her as an actress, sorry. I don't think she played that the best.
Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Woodford, now that it's over, you should be proud. You should all be proud.
Yep.
You played magnificently. To me, it's irrelevant who won the Ashes. It's more important how you played. And you showed great dignity in the
Yep.
face of great provocation.
It's true.
Great spirit in the face of defeat. Great courage in the face of fear. They are qualities that have taken us, as Australians, through the worst of times. For so long as sport is played in this land of ours, your names will conjure pride in the hearts of all Australians.
Love that. True leadership right there. He had dignity as he gave that speech. He could have said a lot of things.
But surely, Plum, as team manager...
For 5 months, I counseled him, I argued with him, and finally I ordered him.
To little effect,
He told me that I had been a great cricketer in my day, but that my day was past.
It's funny, right? That small little thing means so
I'm
much.
sorry, Martin, but for me this was victory without honor. If you'll excuse me, I shan't stay.
Welcome home. Come in. You must feel very proud. You did it.
Only just. The little man was good, bloody good. He's the finest batsman the world's ever seen. Or ever will.
Do you remember what Percy said? Imagine how history will judge the man who beats Bradman.
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say harshly.
Oh, Douglas, that sounds like regret.
Well, if I had my time over, there are things I'd do differently.
But you won.
No, I didn't mean just on the field.
Oh, Douglas, you can never go back. All things change. I had hoped we'd grow together, but we've grown apart.
Do you blame me?
Oh, I don't blame anyone.
I do.
I've been offered a position in Palestine. I've decided to take it. So I suppose this is goodbye.
She can't get away from him fast enough.
That was the last time I ever saw him. And though he didn't know it then, Douglas too would become a victim of the strategy which he had authored. That summer, Bodyline was used for the first time in England. For the men at Lord's, the armchair generals, the sight of war was a chastening experience.
The MCC can't condone this sort of play. I'm afraid you'll have to apologize.
Apologize? Who to?
The Australians.
I did what I was told. You were there, Mr. Warner.
For the sake of cricket, Harold.
I don't blame this guy either. He did do what he was told.
And for Douglas, where it began was
It's a
where
tough
it would
situation.
end. In 1934, he captained the MCC team to India. He bowled Bodyline, and needless to say, he was winning. But there were protests, cables, riots. Knowing
That's
this time
crazy.
the Lords would order him to stop, he resigned the captaincy. Later that year, they outlawed Bodyline. Douglas never played for England again. When war
Man.
broke out, he was among the first to join. Dropped behind enemy lines, he served his country with distinction.
Jeez.
And in that most terrible time, I like to think that he discovered what empire was truly about. As for Harold Larwood, he never played cricket for England again.
Wow.
In 1951, he and his family migrated to Australia.
I did hear about that.
At the age of 28, Donald George Bradman became captain of Australia, a post in which he served from 1936 until his retirement in 1948. The
Jeez.
following year, he was knighted for his
Four-
services to cricket.
40s.
Douglas Jardine, a son of the Raj, died of cancer on June 18, 1958. He was cremated and the ashes scattered over the glens and lochs of Scotland. Even now, on a summer's afternoon, when I hear the sound of bat on ball, I cannot help but think of him.
Yeah, I bet. Wow. So, I mean, what a journey indeed. As far as the cricket goes, and this is my review now, as far as the cricket goes, the story it is telling, it's a fantastic limited or mini series, if you will. Almost like a docu-series, but you're going to take your liberties, so not a docu-series. But it is quite fascinating as far as the story that's being told. It's not so black and white, in my opinion. Talking about Larwood, where he's like, I did what I was told. I'm not going to sign this and admit that I did something wrong when I was just following orders, so to speak. It's easy for someone to say, well, you should have stood up. You should have said, no, I refuse to do it, like the one guy did. But when your captain, who was chosen by the cricket board, asks you to do something, and it's not outlawed, even though it may not be the most smiled upon thing, is it that easy to be a dissenter, to be considered a black sheep, and then you can't play anymore, or people think they can't trust you? I mean, it's not so easy. There were opportunities where the other guys could have stood up too, but they decided, and I don't blame them, to support their captain and to continue with it. They wanted to win at all costs. The interesting thing was Jardine had said over and over that this is for Bradman. This is for Bradman. We've got to do something to switch it up. But then he continued doing it. He liked that feeling of winning. He continued to do it. When they said if they brought it to England, I'm not sure if it was going against England or if they were doing it in England, and then they could see it for themselves and say, oh, this is atrocious. Even though they could hear from the cables and all that kind of stuff what was going on in Australia. Maybe once they saw it, they're like, no. And then it happened in India. And he's so insistent on Bodyline happening that he's willing to put his fellow teammates in harm's way. With the riots that were going on in India that this talked about, I'm not sure how much of the riots they were, with the different things. He continued with it. He was so adamant about it. So the story is quite fascinating. They gave us so many different elements. I don't think they spent too long in any one area. I got to know the characters, all that kind of stuff. I can believe and I can't believe that this happened, but on such a big stage on the Ashes, it is quite remarkable. As far as this series came out in the 80s, I believe. As far as a television series, it's still quite remarkable what this was able to do. Was the cricket the best? No, but how many sports movies do you see where it looks like the actual sport, right? Very, very rarely does it look like, or if ever, oh, wow, that really looks like the way it is in the sport. There were some areas that I thought were kind of laughable, where maybe some of the actors weren't the most athletic, but other than that, I really enjoyed the acting, besides the wife of Bradman. I really enjoyed the story it was telling. I enjoyed the pacing. I enjoyed the direction. I enjoyed what it was as a series, and I think this is a very, very well-made series. And I believe for the most part, besides the resolution, I believe it holds up very, very well to today's TV series standards. I believe you can remake this, and for the cricket fans, you're going to love it. You can play this, and cricket fans are going to love it. It doesn't have to be remade. But I really, really loved it. I'm giving this an A+. It was such a fantastic journey. I apologize for taking so long to finish it up. but I finished it up now. And the question is, what do you want me to check out next time if you enjoyed these reactions? If you did, please hit that like button. Let me know. Please don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't done so yet. Check out my other reactions if you want to relive those or if you want to watch those again. It's all on the channel right now. Thank you so much, Nick, for the videos here. I'm not speaking third person, one of our subscribers. And with all that being said, until next time, adios.